Hi, I am a total noob at Sudoku, but I wanted to start recording myself struggling to solve the New York Time hard Sudokus. This is kind of for my personal reference for like just how much I'm improving at these type of puzzles, but maybe to some human out there, it'll be kind of entertaining to watch me struggle. So I'm just gonna start with this puzzle, I guess. Dude, there's these limited time black pepper Cheez-Its. Black pepper cheddar. They're so fucking good. Let's see if I can do anything with ones. I think the most convincing thing that I could do with ones is so that there has to be a 1 in there. And if there has to be a 1 in there, one of these has to be a 1. Otherwise, there's not much I can do with that. Other than that, I don't think there's any 2s. Oh, there is a 2 on the board. Where can a 2 live? Well, we know that a 2 has to be in this column in the second box. And since that's blocking that, we know that there's a 2 in one of those. Okay. Well, really think that helps a whole ton? At least for now. But maybe it'll be important at some point. Sure it will. This is a 3. Nice. Is there any more 3s I can put on the board right now? That would be cool. I don't think so. Except, actually, hold on, maybe, because if there's a 3 right there and right there, but also 3s, wait a second, is this actually logic? Because if this 3 is blocking that, okay. Oh, well, there's a 3 right here. No, there isn't. That was stupid. Forget that I did that. I didn't realize that that 3 was there. That 3 is going here. Okay. I thought I saw something with a 3. I guess I didn't, which is a little sad. But that's okay. I'll live. Let's check 4s. Okay, there's nothing to do with 4s, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that was funny. Number 5s. Ooh, there's a 5. Okay. And if that's a 5, then there has to be a 5 in one of these. And if there has to be a 5 in one of those, one of these is a 5. Same thing over here. One of these is a 5. And since I see that there's 5s over here, and this 5 is blocking that, we have 5. That's right, it's there. That was kind of a cool sort of reduction there. I appreciated that. Okay. What else can I do? Can I do anything more with 5s? There's a 5 in one of these. I think that's it for 5s. 6s. 6s might prove to be the difficult thing in this. or the annoying thing in this. Because I feel like just looking at it now, the 6s are just going to be, like, they're going to act like they're giving you hints, but they never will. Any 7s. Well, we can say that a 7 has to go in one of those 2 boxes. So that's helpful-ish. 7 over here. Okay, which means there has to be 7 there. Am I doing this right? Yeah. There has to be a 7 there. Oops. One of these has to be a 7. Okay. One of these in theory could be a 7. I can't really mark anything there. 8s? Well, there's an 8 in here. I suppose, because there's an 8 in there, that points over. So we also have an 8 in one of those. Okay. What about 9s? We have a 9 in one of those. Not one of those. I don't think there's really anything else. So we're just gonna move on. Okay. You know, it comes to my attention that if anybody decides to watch this, I don't know why, in the right mind you would. This is an 8-1 pair, by the way. They're probably gonna be like, what the hell? This guy is like awkward as hell. I promise. Yes, I am awkward, but while recording this, I'm also at work. It is currently 1:58 in the morning. Because I work night audits, night shifts at a hotel. 1, 2, 3. This needs to be a 4. So my sleep schedule is very odd because I am a computer science student right now. Without it being that one, give me a 6. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm a student. I go to sleep like in the afternoons. Is it healthy? Probably not, but it works. What else is there for me to do? I'm gonna take a look at some of these rows. So in this row, we need a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Nothing interesting with that, but I'm going to keep them marked. No, not this one. In this row, we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9. Okay. We're so close to having something like interesting happen with those digits. But no luck. And then what do we need in this row? We need a 1, a 2. Oh, wait, no, none of them could be a 1 because there's that 1-8 pair. So we need a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this can't be a 2 or a 6, not a 6, not a 3 or a 9. 2, 6, 3, 9, 2, 3, 9. I have another grouping of 4 pieces over here that I'm going to use to my advantage. Over here, we need a 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 7, and an 8. Okay. That was a good idea. But nothing interesting happening. Because we don't have a, at least I don't think we have a triple there. No. Sad, but oh well. What you gonna do about it? What am I missing? I feel like in this puzzle specifically, there's got to be something painfully obvious that is right in front of me that I'm missing. Aha. Since a 1 in these 2 boxes needs to be in these 2 columns, this has to be the 1. Yep. So that means that's a 2. This is an 8. That's a 4. 8, 2. I think, yeah, I'm on the right track. I'm not an old school Sudoku player, so I've taught myself to like rely on checking the solution and make sure that it's right. I feel like I should stop that. It feels like a bad habit. I always feel kind of sacrilegious when I do it. But I guess I also just don't care enough to stop. Because I'm lazy. Ooh. Hello, pair. Nice to see you. This has to be an 8. I'd like to mark it so that I don't forget about it. Where should I go next? There's a lot of places that I can go right now. I thought there was about to be something like really interesting going on with 5s, but unfortunately not. We're at 1s now. Because we have 2 more. I guess that's a start. Not the most helpful thing in the world, but a thing. A thing nonetheless. What about 2s? Anything else interesting going on with 2s? I also don't think so. Other than, well, we already have that. That doesn't help us at all right now. 3s, anything interesting with 3s yet? Are 3s going to become important? I don't think so, but I feel like I'm just missing something stupidly obvious. I mean, that's fine if that's the case. I'm corner mark those with 4s really fast. Otherwise, I can't really see anything. With that, 5s. We already checked 5s. I think we already rechecked 6s. 7s. Wait a second. Why can't that be a 7? What was my reasoning for that? Because if a 7 is there, I think. But I don't understand why I don't have a 7 marked there. Maybe I made a reasoning that was correct. I guess I'll figure out when I watch the recording back to criticize myself on my solving technique. I'm going to check 8s one more time. Nothing with that. 9s. I don't think anything new with that. No. Okay. What about this column up here? So obviously we need a 5, we need a 6. Oops. I don't mean to corner mark everything. A 5 and a 6. 1. Oh, we need 2 and a 4. Okay. So this cannot be a 5, not a 5. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 5, 6. Okay. We need a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 2. Aha! Wait a second. That's not right. What did I mess up there? Is that not a 2? And an 8, obviously. Oh, I know what I messed up. I'm stupid. Because this is 2, 6. This is either an 8 or a 7. 2, 7. That's either an 8 or a 6. Can't be a 2, can't be a 2. But this is a 1. Aha. That's right. That's correct. So those aren't 1s. That's not a 1. 2, 8, 2, 3, 2, 3, 8. 1, 8, 1, 9. 4s. Yeah. Super interesting with all that. 6, 7. Forget that I said that. I'm gonna gouge my eyeballs out now. That was heinous. Alright. Oh, there's a 1 over here now. That's convenient. Now what am I missing? What is Ethan missing now? Well, there's a 2 up here. That's nice. Okay, so we have that. This is a 2, 5 pair. Now, 1, 7, 8 triple. Aha, but this is a 7. 1. Wait a second. No, that's not right. Ooh, what digit am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4. So that's 1, 8. That's a 4. 1, 8. 8. 1, 4, 7. 4, 7. Mm, 7, 9. Okay. Huh. Any new business with any single digits? Probably. 3. I have gotten a lot. Fours. God, dude, I hate that I have to like talk so quietly. Because I feel like my voice just sounds awful when I talk so quietly. But also, I don't want to wake anybody up. Because I feel as though if I woke people up, I would get fired. And if Ethan doesn't get any money, that would be very sad. We are slowly getting more and more 8s. Okay, where else? I feel like there's gotta be some naked singles around here. Oh, I've totally missed this. Why would I miss that? You're dumb. Too bad we don't need a 1 and an 8 in it. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need a 9. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on, though. Because if I need a 4 and a 9 there, that doesn't tell us shit. Oh, well. Maybe it does with 4s? No. Why would it tell us anything? Why would it be nice? So now we have a quad over here. I wonder what that is going to be all about. Not a lot of things are seeing it. But we need a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. A 7, and a 9. But, oh, I remember why I said that this 7 couldn't exist. Because there can't be a 7, because this is where a 7 has to be in there. So then that can no longer be a 7. So that's a 6. I think. 4, 5, 4, 6, 6, 7. No longer be 6s. 2, 3, 7, triple. This is a 7. It's a 5 and a 6 and a 4. An 8 and a 7 and a 1. 2, 3, 4. 1, 8. Hopefully I'm not screwing this up super badly. If I am, that would be really sad. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 1, 8, 2, 3, 8, 4, 2, 6. Oh, I love Sudoku Pad for this reason. It's so easy to find like your digits. Like this part is just easy, just filling everything in. But like when I'm solving it directly on New York Times, I don't know, it makes my head hurt, low-key kind of hurt. What's this? 1, 2, 4. Close enough. 9, 4. What's this? 1, 2, 3. That's a 9. 3, 9, a 3, a 7, 3, a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 9, and a 6. Yippee! We did the New York Times Hard for May 13th in 32 minutes and 19 seconds. I don't plan on really editing out anything of this video because, again, this is for a lot of my personal reference so that I can better improve on these types of puzzles. But if anybody, had the audacity to watch this for whatever reason on the face of this planet, feel free to judge me and give me some tips, because I do like Sudoku. I love puzzles. I'm very keen to Rubik's Cube puzzles, like twisty puzzles. I have a very large collection of them, but I've noticed that some of the ways that I look at like a Rubik's Cube is similar to how I look at a Sudoku puzzle, or vice versa. More so vice versa, because I just have more experience with Rubik's Cubes than I do with Sudoku puzzles, but I look at them in similar ways. But I think that that's where I start to struggle with Sudoku a lot, is instead of relying on intuition, I try to make an algorithmic layouts to how I solve a puzzle. And I think that you can notice that when I'm solving is I'm like checking the digits every single time. Then I go to groups of 4. I follow a set discipline of steps. So I don't know. I guess if anybody has any feedback of my solving skills, make fun of me. And I would love to hear all of that. Yeah, I think that's about it.